We're at the Bluefield Coal and Mining Show at the Voith US booth, and with me is Gene Kreutzberger, Sales Manager. Gene, you and I have known each other for many years. It's a great privilege to get the job of interviewing you today.
Why, thank you, Bill.
How's the show been for you so far?
Very good. A lot of end users coming and visit and playing with our working model here.
Good,
So,
good. We'll get to that in a moment. Tell us, if you would, Gene, a little bit about the history of Voith.
okay, Voith is a family-owned company, one of the largest in Germany. Started in 1855, and we started with repairing wooden water wheels. And the slogan that I've learned 40-some years ago, we learned it from the water. So whether it be a fluid coupling, a water turbine, or whatever, the history came from water flow. And Voith is into four main divisions. One is turbo, which we are. The second one is hydro, which is our water turbines. So if anyone goes to Niagara Falls, 1903, the water turbines are still operating up there. The third division is paper. So one out of every 3 sheets of paper are made on a Voith machine. And the last one is our digital solutions. So Voith also employs about 20,000 people in 60 countries worldwide. In the Americas, we have over 4,000 employed alone. We have over $4.3 billion worth of sales every year, and we reinvest 4.5% into R&D to making a better mousetrap for all different types of industries. I'm going to talk about our fluid couplings, which I've been handling for the last 40-some years already.
How many years, Gene?
43 it's going to be in January.
Wow.
So
Congratulations.
thank you. And so Voith started building this fluid coupling in around 1930. I've seen many different variations, different models, improvements, that better mousetrap every year. And right now there's over 1.8 million fluid couplings sold worldwide. 1995, we hit the 1 millionth coupling. So we've almost doubled since 1995.
We got to know each other in the longwall business, didn't we, Gene? Tell us what you're doing for longwalling today.
What we're doing for longwalls, at one time we had more than 90% market share, and we have fluid couplings on the face conveyors, stage loaders, and crushers. And not only oil-filled couplings, we have water-filled couplings. All the way up to 1,900 horsepower times 3 on a face conveyor. So close to 6,000 horsepower driving a chain conveyor.
Now, one of the things you want to talk about is your mobile app. We're very interested to hear about that.
Okay, it's called Turbo Guide. It's just been developed within the last year. And if you don't mind, I'll take my cell phone. Now, all the new fluid couplings have sight glasses on the side of them. This being plastic, you can see the oil level. But on a regular fluid coupling that's aluminum, as you rotate it around, you can see the oil level just looking at the sight glass. So all the couplings when new have a QR code. All you have to do is scan that QR code, and it'll bring up information on that coupling. So then we go to filling check. It'll tell me 21 liters, 73 degrees. I go to angle measurement. I put it up top. And just by sitting it on the bolts, you get it till it says 0 degrees. Hit the start button, and you can see it's red. And as we rotate the cell phone down, saw it just turned to yellow, 66 degrees. When we hit 73 degrees, it's green. So once it hits green, you'll hit the finish button, and it gives you instructions from there. But you'll look at that sight glass. If you see the oil level right in the middle at 73 degrees, it's perfect. You don't have to touch it. If it's full of oil, that means there's too much oil in it. If it's empty, there's not enough oil. So therefore, they give you the instructions how to fill it or drain some of the oil out. Very simple. That is the most time consuming on a fluid coupling, getting the oil right. It's got to be proper, because if it's too low, you're going to overheat the coupling. If it's too high, it'll make the fluid coupling the strongest link in the system. Think of the fluid coupling as your automatic transmission, your torque converter. If there's not enough oil in it, it's going to slip. If there's too much, you're going to accelerate too quick. Fluid coupling's the same way. So when the oil fill is proper, and it can be anywhere from 40 to 80% fill, we don't go more than 80% because we need an air volume in there. So when the oil heats up and expands, it has room to give. So it's like an accumulator being at 80% fill. Proper fill, it's going to run proper for you. It's not going to melt the fusible plugs or trip the thermal elements, and it'll run forever. Like I said, I've been here with 43 years. Typically, we like to see a rebuild of maybe every 7 to 10 years. I've once had one that was running close to 35 years without a rebuild. We don't expect them to last that long. We want to see them back because our service department likes to keep busy in the shop. So, but any other questions on?
This app is relatively new, Gene. What kind of experience do you have with it around the country?
It's very used a lot on all different types of industries, whether it be a centrifuge, a fan, a face conveyor, crusher. There's no charge for the app. All you do is download the QR code, load it on either your iPhone or your Android device, and get started. All you have to do is scan the QR code or type in the serial number that you have, and it'll bring up all that information for you. All the installation and operating instructions are right on your cell phone. I must say one thing though, you must use it according to any local or state laws in hazardous areas. So
let's talk a bit more about some of the safety and operational advantages.
okay, well, if the oil fill is proper, it's going to run for hours and months, years, without having a problem. If you don't have a proper fill, you could run it hot, you could melt the plugs, you could shorten the life of the seals and the bearings of the coupling. You know, you have to maintain, whether it be a fluid coupling or your car for that matter. But it just helps the user that he's got everything, all the manuals, all the fill instructions right on his phone. He doesn't have to go and make a phone call.
Excellent. Gene, how is your order book at the moment? The coal industry is doing quite well. Is Voith doing quite well too?
Yes, we are. We're backloaded with repairs as well as new orders, and we're hoping to get a large belt conveyor order that will be for about 20 drives, and it'll be the largest order that I've ever seen in 43 years.
Well, that's very exciting. You're having a great Bluefield coal show your first day, I understand. Are you going to be back at Bluefield in 2 years' time?
God willing, I will be back.
Well, it's wonderful to see you, Gene, and we very much appreciate you talking to us.
Thank you very much.
This is Bill Reed, live at the Brush Fork Armory Civic Center in West Virginia, and live at the Bluefield Coal and Mining Show.